My name is Chitra Taratal, speech language pathologist and the founder and director at Dimension Center for Child Development. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 4 secrets that every clinician working with autistic children must know. Number 1, speak slow and low. This is because a majority of our autistic children experience auditory hypersensitivity or auditory hypoacusis. Therefore, they are experiencing a noisy brain because of way too much of information, more than which they can handle, right? So when we are going to deliberately and mindfully reduce the intensity of what we're speaking, that is, reduce our volumes, it is going to be more easier for them to pay attention to us. Secondly, when you're going to reduce the speed at which you're talking or the rate of speech, the autistic individual is going to be able to follow what you're saying, make meaning out of it a lot better. Allow the child to take the lead. That's number 2. What do you mean by take the lead? The child taking the lead. Don't we set goals, you may ask me. We do set goals, and which is essential in therapy, because if we don't have a guide or if we don't have a path in which we have to lead our therapy sessions, the chances are we are going to be everywhere. And sometimes we might pick goals that are not relevant to the age range of the child, could be way too harder for them to achieve or way too easier that they get frustrated. So it is important for us as SLPs to make sure that we have the right plan and the right goal and a path on which we're going to go further with this child. Now, you have a set of goals that you've already set, as we've discussed. From here, you pick 6, 7, 8 goals with you at a time. And you will have therapy materials, including flashcards, including objects, toys that you play with. There are times you become their toy. So you put that across to the child and say, hey, what do you want to go with? Set it in front of them. Maybe use visual cards if they cannot express to you vocally. And then you ask the child to pick which one they would like to go with. Start with that. And when it is done, go to the next one. Ask the child, what do you want to start with? Now, what if we have kids who are nonverbal or who don't have enough of words to express their needs? You have to identify what they want through your observations. Be careful to observe their body movements. See how they're positioning their body, where they're looking at, what are they pointing at, or what are they muttering about. Sometimes they don't speak, but then they do vocalize. Be sensitive to these changes that you see in your child, which will help you to understand what they want and follow their lead. When you follow a child's lead, you're going to make their life a lot easier. You're going to have them more attentive and interested, and you're going to have sustained attention for your therapy sessions. Number 3, setting the child up for success. They don't want someone to constantly nagging them to tell what is right, what is wrong, and constantly correcting them, right? So what our children need is to be set up for success. You're going to give your activities, you're going to break them down to the most easiest, which you know is going to be successful for the child. For example, instead of asking the child to pick something from 4 different objects, you can ask the child to pick up that one object. The child is going to be successful, right? He will definitely not go wrong. And once you have established success in something as simple as that, you build it up to the next level of offering 2 objects. See, you also need to simultaneously focus on challenging the child's intellect to the next level. Because if you don't, the child is possibly getting bored and the child doesn't want to continue working with it because you're too boring or you're too demanding. So strike a balance. Don't be too demanding by increasing the complexity to a point that the child cannot cope with it. At the same time, don't keep it too simple that the child finds it too boring. Remember to challenge their intellect to the next level all the time. But it must be to the just next level, not way too far that the child is not able to compete. Apply your mind to the child's mind. What does this phrase mean? It means that you are going to see what the child is seeing. You're going to try and experience what the child is experiencing. You're going to predict probably what the child is thinking, not to judge them, but to be with them, empathize with them if required, support them if required, and keep it contextual, facilitating the child constantly to overcome a sensory overload, constantly to help them go to a progressive level from where they currently are, because your sessions are often focused on helping the child to move ahead in terms of speech, language, and communication if you're an SLP, and if you are an OT or a PT relevant to your specific stream. So these are the 4 strategies that I wanted to share with you, and I hope these help you as much as they have helped me. And if you have a question or a comment, leave it down in the comment box and I will get back to you. Like, follow, and subscribe for more informative content on autism, sensory processing, speech and language development, and feeding therapy.